This is what the locals call Blackwood Manor. You're not going to find that name on any official map, and you won't find its story in any history books. This place lives on only in whispers and dark local legends. They say that every night at midnight, the original owner, a man named Elias Blackwood, still wanders these halls, looking for the wife he lost inside these walls. I'm here to spend the night, all alone, to see if there's any truth to these stories. The sun is going down, and I can already feel that I'm not welcome here. Stick with me, and let's see what happens when the clock strikes 12. Before we head inside, you need to know why this place has such a grip on the local imagination. Blackwood Manor isn't known for a historical event. It's known for a story. A piece of folklore so dark, it stained this property for over a century. It's not in any official records because, as far as anyone can tell, it might just be a story. But it's a story that won't die. The legend tells of a man named Elias Blackwood, who built this manor in the late 1800s. Though in some tellings his name is Ambrose or Edgar, the core of the story remains the same. He was a rich industrialist with a dangerous obsession: the occult. The stories claim he built this house not just as a home, but as a kind of battery for his dark rituals, a place to thin the veil between our world and whatever is next. He was married to a woman named Eleanor. By all accounts, she was the opposite of him, a gentle person who was terrified of her husband's growing paranoia and the strange things happening in the house. The legend says the house itself turned on her. Doors would slam shut, whispers would echo from empty rooms, and shadows would move just at the edge of her vision. The story climaxes one cold autumn night. It's said that Eleanor, after a horrifying argument with Elias, fell down the grand staircase and died. Elias was destroyed by it, but some versions of the tale whisper it wasn't an accident, that the house, or something in it, pushed her. Drowning in grief and guilt, Elias dove deeper into the occult, trying desperately to bring her back. He failed. A week later, he was found dead in his study. Ever since, the story goes, they've both been trapped here. Elias is a tormented shadow, endlessly searching the halls for the wife he can never get back. And Eleanor, well, some people say you can still hear a woman weeping near that grand staircase. Tonight I'm here to see if the intense emotion behind this story has left a real scar on this place. Let's go inside.
All right. I'm in. And the first thing that hits you is the silence. It's not a peaceful quiet, it's heavy. You can feel it pressing in on you. The house is in a state of arrested decay. You can see it was once grand, but now it's just crumbling. And look at this foyer. The grand staircase right there. This is where the legend says Eleanor Blackwood died. I'm not kidding, the air feels colder right here. That's not just my nerves, there's a definite temperature drop. I'm going to do a quick tour of the ground floor before dark, just to get the lay of the land and see where the hot spots are supposed to be. This place is a maze. The corridors and rooms just seem to twist and turn. This here must have been the ballroom,
The floor is just a carpet of dust, and you can see the empty spaces where furniture used to be. It's weird. It feels like the people who lived here just left, dropped everything and never came back. I've heard other people talk about this feeling in places like this, that sense of sudden, total abandonment. And this has to be the library. There's an old leather journal on a desk. It's probably just an old ledger, but the legend says Elias kept a journal of his occult experiments. I'm not touching it, not yet. I don't want to disturb anything before the investigation really starts. But this room feels heavy. It feels like you're being watched. It's a classic side effect of being somewhere like this. The paranoia kicks in, that feeling of an unseen presence. My own mind is probably starting to play tricks on me. The sun is pretty much gone now. The shadows in here are getting so long, and the house is changing. The crumbling beauty it had in the daylight is gone, replaced by something more sinister. Every corner looks like it's hiding something. Every creak of the floorboards sounds like a footstep right behind me. This is the part of being alone in a haunted place that gets to you, the isolation. It just strips away your sense of safety. Okay, time to get the equipment set up. The real test is about to begin.
Okay, base camp is established, right here in the main parlor.
It gives me a clear shot of the foyer and that grand staircase. I want to be totally transparent, so let me show you the gear I'm using. First, the basics. 4 night vision cameras. One is aimed directly at the grand staircase, the heart of the whole legend. Another is pointing down that long, creepy hallway toward the library. The third is on me, and the fourth is a rover I'll carry with me. Now for the more specialized stuff. This is a REM pod. It creates a small electromagnetic field around itself. The theory is, if something that can conduct energy, like a person or maybe a spirit, gets close, this alarm will go off. It's a great tool for catching movement in a dead-still room. I'm putting this at the very top of the staircase. If the stories about Eleanor are true, this should pick her up. Next up is the laser grid. It shoots a grid of tiny green dots onto a surface. If anything, and I mean anything, walks past it, it'll break the plane of the lasers and you'll see a silhouette. I'm pointing this down the hallway to the library, which already feels really active. And finally, my most important tool, the EVP recorder. This is just a highly sensitive digital audio recorder. The idea is that spirits might be able to use white noise to form words. Electronic voice phenomena. I'll be doing EVP sessions all night, asking questions and leaving silence, hoping to catch voices my own ears can't hear. The goal is to try and back up any personal experiences with data. If I hear a footstep, is it on the audio recorder? If I feel something, does the REM pod go off? That's how we try to move from telling scary stories to a real investigation. All the gear is set. Now, I just have to wait.
The house is settling. All the little sounds from outside have died, and now the silence is almost deafening. It's in these quiet moments that your brain really starts to mess with you. Every tiny sound gets amplified. The groan of old wood, the wind whistling through a broken window. You start to question everything. Was that the house, or was that a footstep? Was that the wind, or a voice?
This is the psychological battle of a lone investigation. The isolation is a heavy blanket. There is no one to turn to and ask, "Did you just hear that?" You are completely alone with your fear and your senses, which you can't trust anymore. My heart is pounding, which I know is a common physiological response to this kind of stress, the anxiety and heightened alertness. I'm going to start my first EVP session. Is there anyone here with me tonight? My name is, and I've come to hear your story. Are you Elias Blackwood? Are you the man who built this house? I don't mean you any harm. I just want to understand what happened in this place. Can you tell me your name? Okay, I'm going to stop for now. You usually don't hear anything in the moment. The real test is listening back to the audio later. But while I was sitting here, I felt a change in the air, like a static charge. It's a feeling I've had before in places that are said to be haunted. The feeling that you're not actually alone. I decided to leave base camp and walk toward the library. This hallway is intimidating. It's so long and narrow, and the laser grid at the far end is casting this eerie green glow. It feels like walking into the throat of something. The temperature has dropped again. I can almost see my breath. I'm just going to stand here for a second and see if... A loud creator freezes, eyes wide, looking up at the ceiling. Okay, no. That wasn't the house settling. That was a footstep. Clear as day, directly above me. It sounded like it came from the master bedroom, which is right over the library. I'm going up there. I know I should be terrified, but my curiosity is just so much stronger than my fear. I have to see what that was. This is the upstairs hallway. The master bedroom should be at the end, on the left. The door is closed. Okay, going in. Hello? Is anyone in here? I heard you walking. I'm not here to hurt you. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing that could have made that noise. But I know what I heard. My ears are ringing now, and that feeling of being watched is 10 times stronger up here. My body is screaming at me to get out of this room. So I'm listening to it. I'm heading back downstairs. The clock is getting close to midnight. I need to be at base camp. I can feel it. Something is about to happen. I'm back in the parlor. My heart is still hammering from what happened upstairs. The entire feeling in this house has changed. It's not passive anymore. It feels agitated. The air is thick, electric. The wind outside has picked up and it's howling around the house like a scream. 2 minutes to midnight. This is the moment. The one the whole legend is built on. This is when Elias is supposed to walk. I've got the EVP recorder running non-stop. The camera is locked on the staircase. What is that? Is that a clock? Where is that coming from? I didn't see a clock anywhere. Look, the REM pod. Something is up there. It's right at the top of the stairs. Hello? Eleanor? Is that you? Are you on the staircase? Whoa! Did you see that? Did you just see that? A book just flew off the shelf. What is going on? What is happening? The energy just spiked and then completely vanished. Wait, the laser grid. Look at the grid. There's someone there. There is a man standing in the hallway. Elias? It's gone. It's gone. What did I just witness? That was undeniable. That was him. I left Blackwood Manor just before sunrise. I couldn't stay any longer. What happened at midnight shook me to my absolute core. I've been doing this for years, and I've had plenty of weird, unexplainable experiences. But I have never captured anything that clear. I've spent the last 2 days going over all the footage, and I want to show you what I found. First, the audio from when I heard that footstep upstairs. I've isolated it and cranked up the gain. Listen to this. Did you hear that? It's not just the footstep. There's a voice, a sigh. I didn't hear that with my own ears. Now for the main event. Midnight. I'm going to play the whole sequence back for you in real time, exactly as it happened. The video shows a multi-screen view, the main camera, the staircase camera on the REM pod, and the hallway camera on the laser grid. The footage plays out. The clock chimes, the REM pod goes off, the book flies, and the shadow figure appears in the laser grid. I've watched that clip 100 times, and I still get chills. The REM pod going off on the stairs, right where the legend says Eleanor fell. The violent energy of that book being thrown. And then, him, the figure in the hallway. A tall, dark mass, appearing and disappearing with the final stroke of midnight. Just like the legend says. I went into Blackwood Manor to see if there was any fire to the smoke of this old ghost story. I thought I'd find some creaky floorboards, maybe a few spooky feelings from the isolation. I left with footage that I honestly cannot explain. Could that have been the figure from the legend? Elias Blackwood, stuck in a loop of grief? Was the activity on the stairs Eleanor, tied to the place where her life ended? I don't have definitive answers. All I have is the evidence I'm showing you now. So I have to know what you think. Do you see a man in that laser grid? Do you have another explanation for all of this? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to be reading every single one. This investigation has changed things for me. Blackwood Manor isn't just a place of legend. It feels like a place of deep sadness and terrifying energy. And I have the footage to prove something is there. If this investigation gave you chills, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more lone nights in the most haunted places on Earth. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment of the terror. Thanks for watching, and try to sleep well tonight.